I'll play anywhere. Rafi Devers is a San Francisco Giant. He was smiling as he's walking through with the pyro, smoke, whatever, into the ballpark. The organization there supporting him, clapping. I'm sure there have been conversations already with Buster Posey and company. And then, of course, he says the famous quote, "I'm here to play wherever they want me to play." Is he not going to be a man on fire?
You would hope so. I love that he got Barry Bonds walking him into the clubhouse. I mean, he got everybody. He got all the big dogs out there. So what happens when you're a star and you get traded and they expect you to, they want you to be comfortable and they want you to hit and they treat you right.
Mm-hmm. Seems simple.
This is how he wanted to be. This is that his intro there on the orange carpet. That's how he wanted to come into the Red Sox clubhouse. Or wait, no, that's how the Red Sox thought he wanted to be. All he wanted was be talked to, told what's going on. He didn't want a grand entrance. Giants are like, hey, we'll give you a grand entrance. You don't get the starting DH for the American League traded to your team in June that often. You might as well pull out all the stops.
Yeah, and from what I recall, they generally hold on to franchise players in San Francisco.
If you go there and do them right and treat them right and play good and win a World Series, they usually keep you around. Brandon Crawford, Brandon Bell, Lincecum, all those guys. Posey, I mean, obviously.
Sure.
But, I mean, Pence and all those guys, they signed deals because they helped them win.
Bumgarner.
Well, Bumgarner, then they let walk, which is surprising.
Well, they waited too long.
An original extension.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But then the next go round, they didn't. Although, in fairness,
they
he
were right.
fell off the map. So sometimes, I mean, same thing with Lincecum. People were calling for that for a while, and he fell off the map too.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching a little different.
Matt Cain, they kept around, though.
Matt Cain, they kept around. Yeah. Logan Webb is locked up long-term right now. So I'm watching the Giants last night, and I'm going, man, I'm ditching all these other games to watch the Giants. I haven't done that very often in the last few years. The Giants, I think, in 2023, when our show launched, might have been the most boring team in baseball, right? Very 500-ish, very platoonish, very, I don't know the names. 23 was Gabe, right? Gabe and Farhan. And then last year, Farhan's still leading the pack. Very analytical. We get
because
it.
Because one year everything went perfect.
Yes.
21.
And
they won the division, and then they lost to the Dodgers in the postseason. Like, we can do this every year. It doesn't work like that. It's so hard to catch platoon magic every year because every single person has to have a great year.
Mm-hmm.
Every guy, if you're doing it as much as the Giants did it then. And if you watch baseball now, teams are they're not all going away from it, but the teams that have 9 good players, they stick with their 9 good players.
Who did that too often? A team that they know very well. And then they started acquiring superstars.
The Dodgers.
Punching them in the lineup every day.
But the Dodgers still do it to an extent, but
not like
their
they
players
used to.
are a lot better.
Do you remember what they used to do?
Yeah. But who was in charge? Gabe Kapler.
And Farhan was there.
Yes, Gabe and Farhan were together.
Friedman was like, screw it. Let's just get superstars and put them in the lineup every day. Wait, hold up, Kratz. That's what Buster Posey's starting to do. Now, Willy Adames is not off to a great start this year. Had a bad error yesterday too. But you know the names. You plug them in every day. Chapman will be back at some point, probably for the beginning of the second half of the season. You're starting to plug in consistency to this lineup. I get it. You want to have some left-right action. Nobody's saying that you can't. But to have a full freaking hockey shift starting 9 every day from a team is boring. It does not attract fans from an entertainment basis, and it generally hasn't produced wins, most importantly. So my point was, I'm watching the Giants last night, Kratz, and I'm like, they're relevant. They're entertaining. They're relevant. And we'll see what the results are on the field. But I think they're going to be a better team with Rafi in the lineup.
For sure they're going to be a better team. This lineup needed a boost. No better person to get a boost than Rafi Devers. I mean, that double he hit, and then, of course, he comes up in a big spot late in the game, gets a knock. But the reason you platoon, the reason you try to get those advantages, it's because you're trying to get the little things on the margins. If a team has an opportunity to start a guy 162 games and have a OPS over 800, you don't need to platoon him. You just need to throw him out there, make sure he's fine and he doesn't need a day off, and you play him. Teams like the Giants who have the money and are willing to spend the money, like you guys said, on guys that you want to keep around, go out and get the players. Buster Posey has done that. He locked up Chapman's deal while Chapman was still there under Farhan. Went out and got Willie. Went out and now he got Devers. Like guys that are going to play every day. You don't need to platoon to make your whole roster when you have cash to spend like the Giants.
It's brilliant. And the Giants have been little bro status lately. They were big bro for a while. They were the dynasty. It was dynasty.
10,
they
12,
won 3
14,
titles.
But that was a long time ago. They haven't really done much since then.
Mm-mm.
But what's been the kind of the common theme? They're trying to get too cute. They've tried to get too cute. I know they've tried to sign stars, but they haven't been able to. Instead they went out and traded for one. They didn't have a choice, right? But they were trying to get. They tried to get cute. Farhan is really good at what he does, and Gabe Kapler has his thing that he does too. But when you're competing against a team like the Dodgers, and I'll throw the Padres, Manny Machado plays every day. Luis Ariz plays every day. Xander Bogaerts plays every day. Fernando Tatis plays every day. Jackson Merrill plays every day. Cronenworth plays every day.
There's your basically whole lineup.
There's 7 of the 9 or 6 of the 8 position players, right? Lefty, righty, doesn't matter. They play the same guys. Look at the Dodgers. Shohei, Mookie, Will Smith, Freddie, Teoscar. Even Muncy plays against lefties.
Actually, the Padres tried to be cute with one position in the offseason because they had to save money. They got rid of Profar, and they added Connor Joe and Jason Hayward to platoon, and that has been the biggest problem that they're going to
who's been great
fix.
for him? Derry Bonds.
Sheets.
Gavin Sheets is Derry Bonds, as they call him. By the way, do you know they call him Derry Bonds?
Dairy?
Dairy Bonds.
Like cow
I don't know.
Like,
That's
like cow dairy.
Yeah, like cow dairy. I went up to him when I saw him in Milwaukee, and I was like, Derry Bonds. He just started laughing. He's like, I don't know, man.
That's fun.
Yeah. I was like, I'm calling you that from now on. Because he's having a good year.
He is.
He got off one of the White Sox, and he's hitting bombs.
It might be that time. If you're looking for a new car, there's one place to go that is going to take care of you, and it's CarGurus.
Yeah. Looking for a car should be fun, not exhausting. Everywhere else, it's exhausting. You're dodging people. You're trying to just, can I look at this car? CarGurus, you type in your search, you find the color that you want, it narrows it down for you, and all of a sudden you're like, this has been an exciting experience, and you got a great deal.
With over 4 million listings, CarGurus has more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the U.S., so you can find the best deal. It's no wonder SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows CarGurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site. Buy or sell your next car today with CarGurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com. CarGurus.com. My thing is, I'm happy for Giants fans. I think this is going to be really fun. They were bringing it last night with the ovations every AB. That place was electric.
Mm-hmm.
They lost the game by a run to a decent Guardians team that had been struggling a lot, but things are changing quickly in San Francisco. Let's put it that way. You need to win games. That's the most important thing. We also are watching to be entertained and to have an escape. And I just think that you need to keep that in mind as well. It is helpful to have some superstar players. You know they're going to be there. You buy the jersey. You know you're going to go to the game and you're going to see them, right? The Jays did that with Vladdy. That's why I had so much leverage against them. It was like, who's going to be that guy for you? I'm going to give you the production, and people are going to want to come see me and buy my jersey. The Giants are starting to build that here. Chapman's locked up long term. Devers is going to be there for a long time. Adames is, obviously, hopefully he recovers a little bit more.
This team plays a lot, and I think historically, I think the park probably doesn't. Also, how they build a team. They play a lot of one-run games. Rafi Devers can win you one-run games. Rafi Devers on a team that is going to score like 7 or 8 runs, and it's going to be a 9-8 loss. That's different. They're going to play close games here, and you added Rafi Devers into that lineup. It's going to be huge. They may overtake the Padres before we know it.
Well, they've already passed them in the standings.
Right.
Up the standings.
Buster Posey said that they'd been working on this trade for 3 to 4 weeks.
See, Yeah, I mean, I guess, but how is this not? Listen, Buster Posey's running a good organization because normally this would leak out from somewhere, right? Like normally we would have heard something from somebody about this. Who else did they talk to? I want to know what the other teams are because they didn't just call it Giants.
They came out.
Braves, right?
Yep. Padres. Blue Jays.
Padres.
Yeah.
I mean,
But Buster,
Blue Jays. Okay,
They weren't going to deal him to the Blue Jays. The division thing was a factor. The Padres probably were talking about the money side of things. Like, to me, that might have been the conversation was AJ Preller goes, hey, I'll take him. We can't take on this much salary this year. Can you eat a little? I'll give you Leo DeVries or one of their top prospects. And then it goes to Henry, and he's like, nah, dumping whole contract, which that's their right. But that's where the owner's going to go on that. They want to get rid of all of the money, especially on a deal that is a fine deal. We've gone over this earlier. He's got like half the money left that compared to what Vladdy's making. Like, you can make comps with those two. Devers has been a better bat. Vladdy's obviously playing in the field, although Devers is going to play first soon. I don't know if, I mean, he was not a good third baseman. Do you think he can be a below average first baseman? And by below average, meaning like it's good enough to be out there. Because there's other below average first basemen that are fine.
He could play, if he played third, he could play first. It might take him some time to figure it out, but
yeah.
I mean, you can play first at some point. And by the way, I did a show this morning, a different show, and one of the guys on there said that he used to work at Fenway Sports Group. And he said basically the Liverpool is the team that the Fenway Sports Group has invested heavily in, but now they have Liverpool, Red Sox, and the Penguins, and LeBron is involved, and they're looking to get an NBA team to Vegas. That's their focus right now, not the Red Sox, which to hear is kind of shocking.
Meaning they're not giving as much love?
They're not giving as much love to the Red Sox as they used to, because remember when Henry bought them and they hadn't won in forever. They've won 4 World Series since he's been there. Oh, whatever. We can do this anytime. We have a new focus now. So, again, I don't know how true it is, but I take this guy for his word because he's, like you said, he used to work for Fenway Sports. And he said he had heard things. So, which I trust the guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
He said it. He said it on the air, so.
The Sox are about the future right now. Again, that was the sell last year, and now they're selling that again. They're about the future. So it's more about next year than this year. I'm serious. That's not even a joke. I'm serious. They said it's more about next year now than this year.
You're the Red Sox. Every year should be about this year. You're the Red Sox. Also, we're not talking Red Sox, but they're the Red Sox.
3 years of this, I think?
More than that. They won in 18.
Yeah, it's 7 years ago.
Okay, but then they traded Mookie in 20 before the COVID.
Yeah.
Or 19 to 20. Then they traded Sale. They lost Bogarts. So it's been like, we're rebuilding. Devers was supposed to be the face. That's why they signed him. And they trade him. So now they're rebuilding again, right? But you're the Red Sox, man. You shouldn't have to do this. I'm sorry. 2021,
they were pretty good. They won 92 games. They lost in the ALCS.
Okay. Yeah, but I work for them. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's really the post-Kratz era. 2022, 78 wins. 2023, 78 wins. 2024, 81 wins. And this year, they are 1 game over 500. So they're on a similar pace. It's a long time to be very mid. Yankee fans would have burned down Yankee Stadium by now.
Red Sox fans, keep showing up. Keep watching on Nesson.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.